Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. This is an informational video for an upcoming street construction project proposed to take place during the summer of 2026. In this video, we will cover several topics, including the city's pavement management program, a description of the proposed work, a funding summary, and ways for you to provide comments. We will also let you know how to stay up to date as the project progresses. Before we get into the specifics of this project, we want to mention one additional source of information that you may find helpful. The city has a dedicated website that provides information on the city's pavement management program. If you've never heard of a pavement management program, that is okay. This will be a great place for you to check it out. In addition to providing background on what a pavement management program is, you will get information on how the city selects projects, work strategies for major projects, a deeper explanation of funding, and assessments in the frequently asked questions section, assessment calculation examples, and a lot more. Additionally, the city provides its 5-year capital improvement plan via interactive map in GIS. Follow the below link to access this map. If you go to the city's website and hover over Streets and Transit, then click Pavement Management Program. You will find the link to the Pavement Management Program story map page. It is circled here in red. If you click on that, you will arrive at this page, and then you can scroll through the page at your own pace. Now we will go through the history of the project area and existing conditions. Per city records, the roads in the project area were constructed between the years 1955 and 1966. The streets in this area are bituminous, or asphalt, pavement. As for major work since the original construction, 6th Street South, 7th Street South, and 22nd Avenue South have had no significant work done since their installs outside of a segment of 22nd having a seal coat in '98. In comparison, 23rd and 20th Avenue have had slightly more work done since installs, as 23rd Ave had a full rehab in 1994 and 20th a mill and overlay in 2017. There has likely been some other minor maintenance performed on these streets, but it's not on record. Throughout the project area, sidewalks can be found continuously running at least one side of the street from intersection to intersection. However, we have identified 2 gaps where we plan to install new sidewalk. These 2 areas include the south side of 22nd Avenue between 5th Street and 6th Street, as well as the south side of 23rd Avenue running east of the 8th Street frontage road. Throughout the rest of the project area, there are multiple locations where we deem the sidewalk to be of both poor condition and need of replacement. Additionally, there are also several areas of sidewalk that will be replaced to maintain ADA compliance. There are also multiple sections of curb and gutter that will be replaced or repaired to improve drainage on the street. But not all curb and gutter will be replaced. As for utilities, the sanitary sewer is generally in acceptable condition. The city periodically televises the sanitary sewer mains and makes repairs when defects are identified. At the present time, the only repair planned is that of a small spot repair south of the intersection of 22nd and 7th. This fix addresses approximately 12 feet of sanitary main and any service lines within this stretch. The current stormwater system is also considered to be in acceptable condition. Therefore, no repairs are needed here either. Lastly, no repairs are planned for the water main system, as it too has been found to be in acceptable condition. Now we're going to go over some specific information about what we're proposing to do in your neighborhood. The proposed street improvements for this area qualify primarily as a rehabilitation project, though one small section qualifies as a reconstruction. Here we have a list of common elements that identify both typical street rehabs and reconstructs, as well as a picture displaying both the scope and type of work we're proposing. As can be seen here, 6th Street, 23rd Avenue, 7th Street, and 22nd Avenue are identified as rehabs. 20th Avenue, however, qualifies as a rehab only between 7th Street South and 8th Street South, while the remaining area between 7th Street and 6th is planned to be a reconstruct. Outside of a small sanitary spot fix south of the intersection of 7th Street South and 22nd Avenue South, no other utility improvements are currently planned. On this slide, we have some generic project information. The anticipated start date for this project would be sometime in May or June. This project covers a fair amount of area, but timeline will ultimately be dependent on the contractor's schedule and weather. The final completion date for this project is estimated to be near the end of September. That doesn't necessarily mean that this entire project area will be under construction from May to the end of September, nor is it a guarantee that all the work will be completed by then. It just means that the contractor has that window of time to complete the project, and if they do not complete it by that date, the city may consider applying financial penalties. The project will also be completed in phases, and each phase has a specific amount of time allotted for construction. During construction, there will be times when residents will not have access to their driveway and will need to park vehicles on nearby streets that are not under construction. When this becomes necessary, you will be notified several days in advance. Access will change throughout the project, depending on the scope of work in your area and what stage of the project is happening. If you have questions about access, please contact one of our staff. Our field staff will be the best source of information for you on this topic. If you need any special considerations for access, please contact us as soon as possible so that we can do our best to provide accommodations. For example, this may include residents that use a wheelchair or residents who frequently make use of FM Ride Source program. Please feel free to speak to us about your situation, and we will do our best to accommodate you. We will notify the police department that we have construction in the area, so they should not be ticketing if you're parked on a side street. If you do get a ticket, contact us, and we will work to get it resolved. Garbage and recycling pickup will still happen more or less like normal. If the trucks cannot get through to pick up your containers, we will ask that you bring your containers to the end of your driveway. The contractor will round them up and bring them to a common location to be collected. After collection, they will be returned to you. If this becomes necessary, we ask you, put your name and house number somewhere on the container. Assessments on this project are expected to generate approximately $383,000 and are calculated utilizing the city rate for rehabilitations and reconstructions applied to the front footage of property. Generally, on square or rectangular property, that's measured as the width of the property abutting the street. We've estimated that the project will cost approximately $2.2 million. That includes all the costs associated with construction, contingencies, and fees. The funding for this project comes from two sources: special assessments and city property tax. Again, special assessments on this project will consist of front footage assessments and is expected to generate approximately $383,000. This, in conjunction with the above-mentioned city property tax, will cover the total project cost. If you have general questions about the project, please feel free to reach out to the city engineering contact listed on the last slide of this presentation by email or by phone. Please let us know if you have a sump pump line or an irrigation line in the boulevard. Often we only find out about these after we have dug them up. If you have one, we can provide you lath to market, and the contractor would do their best to try to avoid it. You may be required to relocate it if we cannot, but we do try to avoid damaging them. If you're interested in receiving periodic email updates about the project prior to construction and during construction, go to the Engineering Construction Project page, scroll down, and on the right-hand side, there will be a green subscribe button. Click the button and fill in your contact information, and under categories, click Engineering. Then scroll to the bottom of the page and click Subscribe. You now will be subscribed to all engineering construction project notifications. When we send out updates on the projects, you will receive those emails. Lastly, for general project questions, contact the project manager. For special assessment questions, including rates, amounts, or how the whole process works, contact the office manager. If you have driveway approach widening or sewer repair requests, please contact the construction and infrastructure manager. If you made it this far in the presentation, we want to thank you. Thank you very much for your time, and again, please feel free to reach out with any questions.